Okay, in this video, I'm going to take our site starter drawing and I'm going to make a 3D topo out of it. So just for the purposes of the video, I'm going to do a save as. And I'm going to call that site starter with topo. And I've already started this video a couple times before, so I'm just going to save over my old one. The reason I've started it a couple times before is that this is something Revit, a new way of doing sites that Revit has introduced in 2024, and I'm learning it, and I'm using the textbook, trying to find better ways of doing it. So anyway, let's see how this goes. So these are all just annotation lines. This is perfect for the site plan on your construction documents because we don't need a topo for that. It is not perfect for your renderings in Enscape or in Revit because we don't have an actual physical surface to put our trees and people and cars and other buildings on to make us have a nice exterior rendering. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a topo surface, hide it on our working drawings, but then show it on our renderings. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do here is go into massing and site, and then we're going to do a toposolid. Now, the first thing I want to do is edit this type. So I'm going to go ahead and edit the type, edit the structure. First, I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to call it toposolid with grass. And I'm going to edit the structure, and I'm going to add a material here, and we'll call that a finish. I'm just gonna put grass in here. Now eventually I'll probably put Enscape grass, but I don't have Enscape I don't have Enscape on my home computer here, so I'll type in grass. Revit grass shows up here. I got to move it up into the project, then I can use that. Okay, and let's make the grass 1 inch thick. And let's make this, let's do earth. And let's make that 911, just so we have a nice thick looking site. Total thickness is going to be 10. And we'll hit OK. Okay. So now what I want to do is, since my floor is at 0, my floor thickness is at about 1 foot, and I need to be 8 inches below by code, I'm going to set the whole site at -2 feet down. And then I'm going to gently keep it level around the perimeter of our property and then gently slope it up to where my house is, this little placeholder house. Let's hit apply. And we need to make our topo solid bigger than our property lines because we want to have a bigger site that transitions more gradually into the Enscape surround image that we use for the rendering. So let's do a rectangle. And let's just go ahead and let's try something like this. So you can see I'm going bigger to my site. We'll see how this looks. You might want to go bigger or smaller depending on how it turns out. So now I've got that done. Dimensions really aren't important. It's whatever we want to do. And I ignore that warning. And now I'm going to add some points on here. So I want to add some points at 2 feet, -2 feet at the property lines to lock that in as level. And then I'll add some points at -1 foot 8 up around the house. So let's add the -1.8 points first. So -1 space 8, enter. And I'm just going to pick the corners of the house. So you can see it's making contour lines that slope out from the perimeter up to our corner of our house here. Now I don't want it to slope all the way to this arbitrary boundary. I want it to slope up just, I'm going to keep everything level, so I want to put in some -2 points at the 4 property corners here. So let's go ahead and change this to -2. And so I'm going to pick the 4 corners of my property here. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, but should be okay. So let's go back in here and hit Edit Sketch, and then hit Done. And let's look at it in 3D and see what the heck happened here. So if I go to my first floor, now I understand why these are sloping back to here. What I don't understand is why it's not symmetrical and these are sloping back to here. So let's just double check what's going on here. So modify sub-elements. Let's see what this point is at. It's at -2. This is at -2. This is at -2. This is at -2. What did I do here? That's at -2. This is at -2. Yeah, all of them are what I wanted them to be. So this is at, so let's take a section through here and see if we can see what's going on. You know, the slopes are so low, it's probably not going to be that noticeable. So let's just assume it's right because the contours, the points that we did are right. So now let's go back in and look at the site plan. So here's our toposolid. Here's what it looks like in 3D. You can see I've got my little grass layer on the top. It's not coming up into the siding. I'm seeing a little bit of the foundation there, which is all good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the sidewalk in there. So you can see I've got some lines started out from the sidewalk. So let's go ahead and we're going to subdivide this. And we're going to pick a rectangle aligning up with the edge of our sidewalk. And then we're going to hit Done. So when we subdivide something like this, let's look at this in 3D. You can see it gives it a thickness and it sticks it up on top of our surface. So we don't want our thing to be 1 foot high above the grass because it would be heck on the lawnmower blades. Let's make it 0.5 inches. And then we're going to change the material to concrete. Cast in place gray. Okay. Okay, so now we've got our concrete walk. I'm not thrilled with that material, but maybe there's a better one we can find to replace that. So now let's go back into our site plan. So now what I want to do is I'm going to want to split. I'm going to subdivide this region here and I'm going to split it away because I don't want this to be up taller where the street is. I want it to be down 6 inches lower. Okay, so I'm going to do a trick I found on the internet. Let's see if I can get this to work. So I highlight that and I hit split surface. And I'm going to just pick on the outside. And now I'm going to draw a rectangle like I did before to split out that street because we're going to drop that lower. And I'm going to hit done. And it said it didn't work, so let's try one other way here. Let's try it this way. Well, it looks like it did work. So I'm going to hit cancel. So we did subdivide it. For whatever reason, I got an error and said it couldn't be completed. So now this is toposolid with grass. If I look at it in 3D, you can see it's been subdivided out of there. Now we don't want that to be toposolid with grass. We want that to be asphalt because it's typically, or we could make it concrete if they had concrete streets, but let's just do asphalt because I think that's what most streets in La Crosse are. So let's go ahead and edit this type, and we're going to duplicate it, and we're going to call it toposolid asphalt. And we're going to go ahead and change the material. We're going to get rid of this finished material, and we're going to make it asphalt. So let's load that one into there. Okay, so now I have my asphalt on here. Now the height offset, I'm going to change it to -2'6" because it's 6 inches down. So now you see I've got a little curb there, but I'm seeing my 1-inch layer of grass and my dirt underneath it. So we're going to go ahead and put a curb on both sides of this here. And I'll show you how I found out how to do that on the internet. So first thing I'm going to do is edit this solid on the other side to make a curve. Now I don't know if it's going to show up in any of the renderings, but so this will just be my test one. So we're going to subdivide this one, and we're going to pick lines. And this time we're just going to offset it. I'm sorry, we're going to pick lines and we're going to offset it 6 inches. And so let's go ahead and pick this line here. We'll offset it in that way. And then I think I need to draw a little line on the end here to, oops, and so now it's on offset again. So let's undo that one. Let's undo that one. Let's see if this just works with the one line on here. Finish edit mode. Let's see if that works. Oh, so I got to make it in a closed loop. Okay. So we're going to continue. So let's get rid of the offset 0. Now we're just going to pick this line. And then we're going to draw a line to close it up. And we'll come down here and close it up. And there we go. So let's go back in and look at our 3D. So you can see I've subdivided it now, but it's sticking up above, which we don't want. Again, it would be heck on the lawnmower. So let's click on that. So we're going to make that 1, and then hit a 1 inch, I should say. And now what we're going to do is we're going to come in and, the reality is I should make that a 1/2 inch, just like my other walk. Okay. So now we're going to do the same thing we did before, because I'm still going to see, let me get my shift key here. So now I've subdivided the top, but I'm still going to see the shift key. I'm still going to see, I'm sorry, the dirt, because it's only the material has been subdivided on the top. So let's go back into the site plan. So what I want to do is break this out by that split command again. So I'm going to hit split element. I'm going to split out of here. And I'm going to pick the lines. I suppose I could do that. Let's see if it works this time. Okay, let's give her a shot. So I just hit cancel. Apparently it says it's not working. Let's see if it worked this time. Looks like it did. Yeah, it did. So I guess that warning is just ignorable. Or is it ignorable? Let's say finish edit mode. And I'm going to hit delete instances. Yeah, so it is its own little baby here. So let's click on this down here. Toposolid with grass. So we're going to go ahead and edit that type. We're going to just change it into I should really make it a concrete toposolid, huh? Yeah, because it's a different curb. So let's see what this material is here. So let's go ahead and, because the curbs are typically concrete, not asphalt. So let's click on this one. And we're going to edit type. I should probably make it the asphalt one and then just change it to concrete. Duplicate. Concrete. Toposolid. Structure. We're going to make it concrete. Okay. Okay. So it looks like it actually made this one overlapping the other one. So I'm not totally thrilled with that. So let's try to do it better on this other side here. So let's just split it off and then we'll make it concrete and be done with it. Okay, so we're going to edit this one here. So I don't think that was totally the best way of doing it. So let's edit this one. And we're going to go to split element. We're going to click on that border. We're going to pick this line and offset it 6 inches. And we'll offset it on that side. Then we're going to get rid of the offset 0. We're going to pick this line here. And then we're going to draw our line to get our close boundary. So hopefully this will work better. Let's see. Okay, let's see what this looks like in 3D. This is turning into an adventure. Okay, so we don't have the top on it, but I think if I make it concrete like this, it'll look better than that one did. So let's try it. So I click on that one. I change it to the concrete one I just made. I see I spelled concrete wrong. I'm gonna hit apply. Look at that. Me likey. Okay, so I had that extra step in there where I broke it first before I changed it. Okay, so now you'll see what we got going on here. Our grade is down low, our walk is up high along with our grass, and the grade's kind of gently sloping up to our site. Now none of this is really needed on the site plan. So when we get to the site plan to put it on the working drawings, we're just going to hide that whole topo solid and everything involved with it. Well, I hope this video is somewhat helpful. You can change it. You can make your own topo solid and play with the location of the points for your house. Thank you.